Well then, hello guys, and welcome to another random map game for the millionth time. Today, we've got a 2 versus 2 between two Argentinian guys and two other guys. I think one Brazilian and not sure where Shared is from. But either way, these guys are Fedex in green. I introduced the wrong player first, but he's playing green off to the right of the map. He's playing as Turks, and I've actually watched quite a lot of games from Fedex recently. In fact, the last game that went up on my channel was Fedex versus Chris, where Chris actually quite owned him quite badly. So maybe Fedex is going to be doing a bit better today. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Obviously, everyone has their good and bad days. So yeah, he's playing as Turks off to the right. His teammate is Nicov. In yellow, up to the north of the map in yellow as Franks. And these two are going to be making up team, I'll call it Team Fedex, why not? And in the other side, we've got in blue, Shared ZZ playing as Turks in blue off to the left. And down to the very south, we've got just Goku playing as Franks. So whilst the Dark Age gets underway, whilst we watch the players starting up, I thought, you know what, I'm going to sit here and finish up my cup of tea. So we'll do that whilst these guys are getting started. Now, we've got Franks and Turks. So I think it's probably quite unlikely that the Turks would drush, but it's not impossible. As with Franks, it's kind of like, well, if you want to drush, you can, but there's no real advantage to it. More personal preference in this situation, I think, here. So with Franks, they can drush if they want in Arabia. The issue with Franks is that, of course, they don't have the best archers in the game, and in Arabia it's very common to see archers in the Feudal Age, but for Franks they're much more likely to want to go for scouts because it would allow them to transition into knights a little better once they reach castle, and Franks of course have the best paladins, best knights in the game, in which case they're really going to want to transition into that, and going for archers crossbow doesn't really lend itself very nicely into transitioning into knights, so going for a drush often isn't that common with Franks, just because of the fact that they're going to want to go for knights, and if they drush, that's going to obviously slow their food production down. But if they've got an easy map to wall, then they could go for a drush here and just like defend until they get up to castle age, to a fast castle. In this situation, Goku's map is pretty open, so he may decide to go scouts. We'll have to wait and see. But as I said, a drush is certainly not completely out of the question. We'll have to wait and see. I wonder where this villager is going right now. Could be going to wall up already, actually. Yeah, putting a house right there. He's going to have a tough time walling this one, I think. Nicov on the other side, and I really like watching Frank players, but he looks like he's got a little bit of an easier wall here, actually. He can wall across the front if he wants to, and then he's going to be pretty confined to this back area. This here is going to be easily wallable, but of course he's going to want to do it on this side. Now this area for Nicov is actually pretty nasty because all of his gold is in this one place, and so if he loses one gold, he's effectively lost all three, which is a big problem for him, which could come into play a bit later on depending on how aggressive Shared and Goku get. If they play really aggressive, they could really stop him and annoy him taking gold here. But other than that, there's pretty much two entrances to his base. This tiny choke here on the right and this front area, which looks to me like he's walling up already. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Nicov even goes for a fast castle here. He could do it, but of course if he does do that, Shared here playing as Turks could go for archers and put some archers in here and take his gold out, which would be a bit of a pain in the ass. So we'll have to wait and see for that one. Turks, well, Turks are likely to go archers in the feudal, upgrade to crossbow, maybe get a castle out and go for janissaries, or even a sort of semi-fast imperial and go for pure gunpowder units. Of course, if playing against Frank's going to be making a lot of cavalry. Well, you'd assume so, anyway, making a lot of cavalry, in which case Turks aren't going to have the best of times because they don't really they don't have very good trash in the sense of making spearmen. They can't upgrade them to pikes, they can't upgrade them to halberdier, in which case they might have a tougher time dealing with massed paladins later on, but they're going to have to play a little bit more defensively in that situation, I feel. So then, do we see any barracks going down? Fedex going to put a barracks down here. He's going to be making a drush then. playing quite aggressively against Goku here. And this could force Goku into responding with a drush, but he's not putting his barracks up just yet, and he may have just scouted it. I kind of don't think he would give in to doing a drush if he didn't really want to. And so far it's 7 minutes 11 in and no barracks, so going to be surprising if he does drush, that's for sure. Looks like he's going to do a fast feudal right now by dropping off these this food here and clicking up after this villager. Or doing loom first. Yeah, we'll do loom and then click up. Nicov on the other side, he is actually drushing, so he's going to be building a barracks right there, as is Shed. So all three of these players drushing, apart from Goku down here, who's going to go with a fast feudal. And we'll see if that pays off for him. Of course, he has got to defend against a group of militia that Fedex is going to make, and he could get some good harassment in there with that. Let's see if Goku can actually defend it. That's the issue here. All of his wood is in one place, but fairly close to his TC. And yeah, there we go. He did loom just before he clicked up on 22. And as you can see, he's not actually taking any gold just yet. And that's pretty indicative of his intention to go with scouts here. But then saying that, he's also not seeded any more farms yet either. So we'll see. He might decide to try and wall up a bit. He could wall, if he puts houses along here and along here, he could wall up a bit, play slightly more defensively, but obviously he's gone up on 22, so we are expecting some feudal aggression. And just judging by the fact now he's sending villagers over to gold and he's got so many wood collectors and he's not seeded any more farms, I'm going to go with the assumption that if these guys, where are they going? He's not taking any gold. He may decide then that he's going to go for may decide he's going to make some skirmishes or something. I don't know. Because if he was going for scouts, he would definitely be taking more food than this. So he may make some skirmishes to defend with, but it's not looking amazing over that side for him at the moment. And then make archers a little later on, but he's got to secure this gold on the front. He's got a gold in the back, though, which is fortunate for him. He's scouted it as well, so he does know that that's there. Barracks going up right now. And as I said, he's not got an easy wall, but he can use his town centre to make part of a wall here by walling up on this side, in which case then he could make the drush pretty ineffective, but Fedex could prevent him from taking much gold here. So let's see what Goku's going to do. He's actually putting a stable down. Okay, so I was right in the fact that he was going to scout rush or make scouts, but it was just interesting he didn't seed any more farms, and it's a bit odd. He's researching double a bit axe right now, but he does get the farm upgrade for free, so perhaps he was waiting for feudal before he seeded his farms to make the most out of them. Shed is just scouting over at Nikov's base. Nicov with 3 militia, Shed with 3 as well, but neither of them really getting an engagement. Fedex down this side, trying to get close, not really being able to do much at all. Goku's scout going to get a little bit of damage on there, but he's not going to let that die, I'm sure. Might even coax Fedex in towards his TC, and if he garrisons now, he could hit. Nah, not going to work. They went out of range. I think probably quite a bit of lag here, judging by the delayed reaction to garrison there. And now, of course, he's going to seed more farms up as he makes a few scouts. So there's 2 out, and more will be on the way. Should be able to deal with this fairly quickly. There's 1 dead militia. Quick snipe by Goku there. I'm going to get back. So then, Shed is going up on 20... Oh, wait, hang on. Shed going up on 32 population. Of course, that's 3 militia and a scout as well. So he's going up on 28 villagers. We've got Nicov going up on 33 with the same, so he's going up on 29 villagers. And we'll see what they do once they get feudal. I feel like we're going to see fast castles here, as Nicov is already walling up very, very effectively, and he's going to have the gold and the food he needs once he gets feudal to go castle pretty much straight away. Shed here, slightly less food in the bank, but he's also walling up pretty big time as well, and we could see a fast castle out of him. But then saying that, a lot of villagers on gold as well, so he might actually go for archers once he reaches feudal. Only 4 villagers on gold for Nicov, so maybe we won't see any feudal aggression from him. Might just decide to fast castle. We'll wait and see. There we go. Shed up to feudal right now. And I accidentally clicked off of him. Let's see what he's going to do. Just garrisoning inside of his TC there to defend against these militia. Could lose some, well, a villager potentially. They're saying that these militia are very weak, so if Shed just turned around and attacked them, he'd have a very easy time indeed. And he's actually putting down a stable here, and I suppose that kind of makes sense. It will slow down his castle time if he does make a lot of light cavalry, but Turks get their light cavalry and their hussar upgrade absolutely free. Sorry, not light cavalry, he's in Feudal Age, what am I about? You might make light cavalry once, or knights even, once he reaches castle. But whilst he's in Feudal, he can only make scouts. But I think, yeah, fast castle from him for sure. Same sort of stuff from Nicov there. And he's going to go fast castle and make knights, most likely, once he reaches up to the castle age. Of course, he's playing as Franks, so I was actually thinking for a second that Nicov was Turks, but it's actually Fedex down here who's playing as Turks. Wow, I am all over the place today. Fedex then, he's still feudal, and he's not actually castling here. Making archers right now, as he's dealing with Goku's scout rush. Goku managing to pick off a couple of units right there. And maybe a villager here as well. Looks like he's going to get that one. And he's going to run. Good, easy, quick kill for him. And even Shared getting in here with some militia as well. Really hitting Fedex quite hard, actually. Losing a couple of villagers, forcing him to make some spearmen as well. And having to fight with his villagers, just not so good. He's having to waste villager time there, obviously. Archers coming out Fedex, as I said. And he's playing as Turks, so we could see him upgrade those to crossbows once he clicks up to castle. And I think he's going to want to do castle age upgrade fairly quickly. He's already almost, well, he's got the 200 gold. He almost is at the 800 food. Goku then is obviously still feudal right now, and he's gone with 2 stables right here, but he's trying to wall this up at the front so he can secure this gold here, even putting a tower up on there. Also getting a wheelbarrow right now. And he's going to be feudal for a while, but once he gets up to castle, he will be making knights. Just here, though, Nicov, as the other Frank player, already got 2 stables up at the front, and he's already up to castle as well. So he may have a pretty good time here. He's going to be up in a good time. He's got a reasonable amount of villagers gathering gold, and no pressure coming in here either just yet. He could go up with a town centre here straight away, and I think that's probably a good idea for him to get a TC up here as fast as he can to make sure this is secured. And we'll wait and see, I suppose, see what he actually does there. I've got a feeling then Nicov just going to go pure knights. As you can see, knights coming out right now. Pretty expected stuff. Blacksmith, no upgrades at the moment, but he's probably going to go for +2 on those knights pretty quickly as well. Very standard sort of play there. And Goku really starting to wall up now, because obviously knights on the map for Nicov can be a bit of a problem if they get in and start attacking his eco. He's going to want to click up fairly soon. Fedex is also clicking up to castle right now, and he will be going for crossbows, that is for sure. And Shared, of course, now going for camels, actually. But building another TC straight away. Maybe a third to come. No, not got the stone for it, the wood for it just yet. But 1 stable making a couple of camels with no upgrades against Nikov's 2 stables with +1 defense on the knights. Also getting, technically getting bloodlines for free, but that 20% bonus on the HP of knights right there going to affect him even more once he upgrades them to Cavalier and Paladin later on in the game. So Nicov in a good position right here. Shared also not doing too badly, sending those camels straight over to Goku's base, knowing that he needs to protect Goku here as he is still feudal, and of course he's going to be relying on him quite heavily once he gets up to the castle age to be pumping those knights. Fedex then, as I said, going to be up to castle right now, or very, very shortly, making quite a bit of archers right here, and we could see a double attack on Goku here as he is going to be the slowest up to castle. In which case they may decide to try and double team him and stop him from really reaching the peak of his economy, because the Frank player here really is going to be very strong in the late game. And so if they can pressure the other Frank player, Goku, to really hinder him and slow him down and slow his eco down, then they're going to be in a good position, of course. No attack coming in from Nicov just yet, but they are Xing it, and it looks like they're going to go for a pretty much coordinated attack right here, and maybe focus down one of these houses or something. Fedex is going to be upgrading crossbow. There we go. He's already got +1 attack. Attack. Since when was I American? But these crossbows as well from Fedex going to be a really powerful combination with the knights from Nicov. Obviously, knights plus crossbows will kill the camels very, very easily, as camels will go down to the archers very quickly indeed. This palisade going to go down very quickly as well. And there we go. That palisade, wow, okay, they weren't attacking it straight up, because of course they would have got blocked in there, Goku's house, of course. And Goku's just going to be forced to try and wall this up as much as he can. But one thing is for sure, these knights could get in here. If they break down this wall, which they are going to do, they're going to get in here and they're going to take out this watchtower. And this is bad for Goku. Obviously, this is very bad because Goku is, of course, going to want to be able to build his economy up. Nicov at the back here already got a TC up on this gold, like I said, and one at the back as well. So there's 3 TCs for him. He's going to have a very good economy very soon. This tower means that Goku isn't going to be able to build 2 TCs straight away. He's had to take some stone, which is not ideal. And whilst, yes, he is up to castle right now, and he's going to be making some knights, he is quite far behind Nicov in this position at the moment. Also as well, struggling to get these the stone in, as I said. Just putting up another TC right now, so there's number 2. And this this tower is going to go down, and these villagers look like they're going to get trapped, which does mean a few dead villagers for Goku here. Of course, Nicov going to give chase and start picking them off where he can. Goku going to have to delete walls and probably wall up behind once these villagers go through. Tower goes down, and quick wall up behind there. Makes sense. But yeah, Goku under a lot of pressure right now, and this is really where they're trying to keep the focus on. One thing is for sure though, if they get in here and Shed comes in as well, they could clean up Nicov pretty quickly. Goku releasing his knights right now. He's got +2 defense on them, which is actually better than Nicov has at the moment. And of course now the camels coming in as well, going to be doing big damage to those knights. And Nicov Fedex having to retreat. Fedex losing a lot there actually, losing a lot of crossbows, and that's quite a big toll for him. But he's already got 3 TCs up. I think Shared got 3 TCs up as well, as has Nicov, just waiting for Goku to sort of catch up in his economy. But upgrades on those knights straight away, so he can't be in such a bad position at all. 3rd TC just about to go up right now. I have another swig of my tea. Oh, it's so good. I'm going to be really interested to see what the Turk players do here, actually. Shared a lot of gold in the bank already. Of course, Turks do have extra gold bonus, which means they can do a very fast Imperial time indeed, which we could actually see something along the lines of here. Shared has got quite a lot of farms down, but not enough to get the 1,000 food that he needs, but he's getting a lot of gold income at the moment. He could even decide to sling Nicov right here with some gold. Nicov would be able to make a lot more knights. Could work out. But, you know, that's just a thought. Well, that's going to happen or not, we'll wait and see. Fedex then, sitting back at home with some crossbows, just chilling. He never got +2 on those, actually, which is interesting. Just not really getting upgrades, just working on economy right now. And Goku now going to come in with some knights. He's obviously got an extra 20 HP on those due to the Frank bonus. And I think Goku and Shared probably going to want to play a little more aggressive now, as they were having to be in the defender's position for quite some time. So, going to see what they can do to Fedex here, if they can do some big damage. Of course, Fedex without +2, going to be in a bit of a bad position, because Bodkin, of course, is going to allow him to take out those knights a lot better, a lot faster. Of course, he's got quite a lot of crossbows there, but it's not amazing considering the amount of knights and camels coming in. But under the protection of this TC, certainly going to be able to fend Goku and Shared off for now. The problem with camels, of course, they have no pierce armor, no melee armor from the start, but they die very, very quickly to buildings, and so they make really bad raiding units, and that, of course, is not good. Being a bad raiding unit means that you can't really have the versatility that knights do have, and inevitably it means that you're pretty much confined to just focusing down enemy knights, which actually Nicov doesn't have too many of at the moment by the looks of things. He's starting to start his knight production once again, and getting in here. Wow, big attack coming in, or already sort of coming in at Shared's base. And Shared making that monastery earlier on to make monks and get conversions. pretty nice stuff from him, defending with the camels for now. And can't really see how much was lost right here. It looks like quite a few camels went down. But Shed, of course, sorry, Nicov even, losing that battle overall. He really doesn't have much military left at the moment. But a 4th TC going up for him right now to defend this gold over on the right-hand side. Goku just going to hammer away over here. And Nicov builds himself a monastery as well. So, going to see monks from him to get conversions on Goku's units right there. And I'm wondering, I really think it would be a good idea right now if... well, not Fedex, but Shed, for instance, slung Goku a little bit with some gold. He has a lot of gold. And if he slung Goku, Goku, of course, with 4 TCs right now, he could be pumping out knights massively. And he could go Imp really quickly, get Cavalier, and also get Paladin. And he'd be in a really good position, actually. Of course, that would leave Shed quite vulnerable, and he would have to wall up pretty big. But there's his mark. You could see a sling from him. So I'm going to keep my eye on Goku right now and see if Shed actually slings him or not. A pretty big army coming in from the right here from Nicov and Fedex. Both of them sticking together, and Fedex does have +2 right now. So if they get in here, they can trap Goku and Shed against the houses and the stables. But I don't know if they're confident about this yet. Fedex sort of leading the charge now. Nicov just needs to come in from behind. Knights upgrades are equal. And of course there's the monk as well, just to get a conversion. And they're going to chase them away. Of course, I think this army would probably win. The crossbows would cut through the camels pretty quickly. And of course they don't have any upgrades either. So they would go down fairly quickly indeed. See what's going on down here. Not a great deal over at Fedex's base. I'm going to be interested who goes up to Imp first. Shed with so many monks. And I don't know if they're going to try and lead Nicov into their monk army. But it would be cool if he manages to get, I know, 5 conversions here. That would be almost half of Nikov's army gone in an instant. And it would turn things around very quickly indeed. Nicov coming in. Let's see if Shed can micro his monks effectively and actually convert them here. Is he going to go? Go, go, go. Convert, convert, convert. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Oh, never mind. He's just going to heal up for now. But yeah, if he can actually do this, it would be pretty cool. Fedex starting to snipe villagers and trying to get the conversions right now. Will he do it? Doesn't look promising. Moving out of range pretty quickly there. And Goku coming in with more knights as well. +1 on these knights for Nicov. +1 defense on these crossbows for Fedex. And they're kind of flitting back and forth here, waiting to get a sort of attack in. But Fedex actually picking off the monks pretty effectively here, actually. Starting to take down the camels as well. These crossbows, I think, are going to be pretty effective. 2 conversions there for Shed. And they're going to take them out pretty quickly. Managing to get 1 knight over here. Not bad. 1 conversion. It's worth it. It's worth it. Another stable going up for Shed as well. And no sling. So Shed could be up to Imp. Yes, he is. And Shed now going up to Imp. Could really focus on upgrading these camels right now, though. He could really do that. Scale barding armor then on the way. And that's going to help them out massively. They really need to take out the knights from Nicov. And of course the knights from Goku can try and focus down the crossbows of Fedex. But big pressure coming in from Nicov and Fedex here. They're really happy to just sort of hang around here and just prevent Shed from gathering from this TC. Mangonel coming out as well then. And that should help out massively. Nicov with an absolute ton of knights though. And I think he may be, yeah, still castle. Wonder if Fedex is up to Imp. No, he's not. Goku also not, but Shed is. He's about to hit Imp right now. And I'm going to be interested to see what he does once he reaches Imperial here. He could start to make gunpowder units. Though it wouldn't really provide much of a benefit in this situation. Adding in more stables though, so it looks like he's just going to focus on camels for now, which makes a lot of sense actually, as obviously he has got protection of Goku here, and a Mangonel for good measure. Imperial Age for him, and upgrades, 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 Shared, upgrades. You still only have +1, and that's not so good, especially when there's a lot of crossbows on the opposing team as well, on the opposing front. And these guys just trying to defend over here for now. Really quite, well, not really stalematey, but neither of them really wanting to commit that heavily. I think Fedex now going to be clicking up. He's just clicked up right now. Nicov a little bit slower to go up. Goku clicking up as well. So it's going to be pretty much pure post-Imperial fairly soon. Shared researching heavy camel. I was kind of waiting for that, expecting it. Chain barding armor as well. And it's certainly a good decision to make. Interesting though, Nicov is kind of just leaving them there. Hey, you guys, you can just chill outside of your base. I'm going to go and attack Goku by looks of things. And Goku here adding in some castles on the front to protect his eco, adding in markets as well, so they could decide to be trading fairly soon, though they are going to have to protect that trade route. And also adding in a couple more stables as well for good measure. Goku going to be just upgrading to Cavalier and Paladin pretty much quickly and straight away if he can. Let's see. Incoming attack from Nicov though, going to run straight into this castle. He's actually got +2 attack done there also. So he's certainly upgrading Goku at the moment, but he is going to be slower up to Imp. So let's see what he can do. Going to run straight by this castle and try and just penetrate right into Goku's eco here. Stopping him from housing and walling up. And Goku has a big gaping hole, which is less than ideal. Nicov just going to absolutely own it up in here. So many knights just walking straight in. And these guys were defending so heavily over this side. And now they're forced to get back over here and defend. Goku going to lose a huge chunk of his eco, fighting against these crossbows, losing knights very quickly as well. And this is less than ideal for him. Just as he's about to hit Imperial as well, he's forced to make a lot more knights, and he's losing a lot of knights as well over this side to these crossbows. Less than adequate ideal at all. And Nicov, if he comes over to this wood, going to get an absolute massacre over here. Doing an amazing raid right there. Going to get in and probably get straight out with these guys as well. Really nice stuff. Shared a little bit slow to move his camels over. And instead of just sort of hanging around here, just having a bit of a stalemate, they decided, you know what, let's just throw an attack out over at Goku. And Goku just lost so much. Fedex just hitting Imperial as well. And he is massing Janissary. So, nice idea from him. I love Janissaries, they're really an awesome unit. And they do really pack a punch. Against heavy camels, they should be pretty effective. Of course, now, the camels here from Shared should act as a bit of a deterrent to Nicov. Of course, they will absolutely own the knights, and Nicov is not going to want to engage that. But as you can see, heavy, well, Janissaries coming in even. Not heavy Janissaries, there's no such thing. But yeah, Janissaries coming in. Not really many of them though. And he's probably going to need quite a few more if he really wants to do much with them. I'm kind of expecting Goku now just to be upgrading to Cavalier. There's the Cavalier research. It's on 45%. And he's actually lacking upgrades still compared to Nicov here. Nicov just about to hit Imperial, already has even. I wouldn't be surprised if he already, yeah, is researching Cavalier. And probably upgrades at the Blacksmith as well. Plate barding armor straight away for extra +4 defense. And it's looking, again, pretty stalematey, but it's kind of shifted. It was over at Shared's base before, now it's over at Goku's base, and Nicov could send an attack over to Shared's base right now and waltz in here and get a load of kills as well if he wanted to. But we'll see, it's all going to be about who can mass. We've got heavy camels and knights on one side against crossbows, knights, and janissaries on the other. And I think janissaries here could work out really well, actually, in this position. Of course, Goku and Shared going to want to come in and make most of their upgrade advantage right now. Of course, Goku does have that Cavalier upgrade, so he's going to want to get in there straight away. And Nicov losing an absolute ton of knights right there. Nicov and Fedex going to have to retreat to this hill, but this is where they might want to turn around and attack. Being chased down, but if they can get up to this hill, Cavalier upgrade just about to happen. There it is. Nicov going to turn around right now, I think. And if they attack right now on this hill, they're going to be absolutely killing it. Janissary is going to be starting to do a lot of damage to those camels there. I actually think Nicov and Fedex have a very good combination. More castles from Fedex. Fedex just going pure Janissary, elite Janissary right there. 22 attack, it's no small number. And getting out bombard cannons as well, making full use of that free chemistry. Of course, bombard cannons here are going to be taking out this castle pretty damn quickly. And Goku doesn't really have this castle to be making throwing axemen from. Later on, if they run out of gold, then throwing axemen will be a possibility, but it's more just to defend his eco with. Looks like then Shed going to come in here, try and take this out as quickly as he can. Upgrades better for Nicov at the moment. Goku lacking the +2 attack. Oh, he just literally got it. Oh no, there we go. Lacking the +2, lacking +4. Nicov, of course, already has that. And +4 as well. So there's fully upgraded Cavalier, and he may have Paladin on the way already. Goku, I don't think he's going to have Paladin being researched right now. I think he's probably saving for it, to be honest with you. As you can see, he's not really spending that gold at the moment. Not making any more Knights or Cavalier either. Maybe he just... No? Okay, never mind. I thought he'd be upgrading Paladin there. I'm just waiting for it. But obviously not. Big attack here on the hill. And it's 2 versus 1 against Nicov. So he's not going to be happy about that. He's going to want to retreat away from there. And save his Cavalier as much as he can. Is he researching Paladin though? That's the question. Well, Husbandry is being researched. Very late for that. I don't see Paladin from him either just yet. And Fedex making very short work of these buildings on the right hand side. It almost seems like Nicov is providing a distraction with these Cavalier. Shed and Goku really just want to like kill these Cavalier. And while that's happening, Fedex is just massing up these Janissaries and these bombard cannons, taking out one castle, taking out one siege workshop, and continuing from there really. These Janissaries then going to be doing a huge amount of damage to the cavalry from Shed and Goku. This castle going to go down as well. And as I said earlier, this trade line that they're going to have is going to be very, very open and very, very hard to defend. As you can see, trade carts just coming past here right now. Right in sort of almost range of Fedex's Janissaries if he moves them forward a bit. So this is looking... Well, it's looking like Shed and Goku have bigger armies. But Fedex getting a lot of work done with these bombard cannons right now, crippling Goku's defenses so quickly. Going to take out TC very quickly as well right here. Now the question is, are these Janissaries going to stand up to the punishment of the heavy camels and everything else? Goku's Cavalier going down pretty quickly right there, but there's a lot of heavy camels in the mix for Shared. +4 defense, +2 attack. Are they going to win it? Looks like they... Wow. The Elite Janissary is doing so much work right here. And Fedex's score leaping ahead right now. Really, really nice stuff from Fedex here, actually. His Janissary is just doing so much damage. Shared, losing every camel that he has, I think. I feel like these camels are going to die as well. More Janissaries coming in. And that is really bad news for them, indeed. Wow, that was a really big loss for Shared right there. One camel left. Wow, what a heroic camel. He lives to tell a tale, that is for sure. And Fedex and Nicov really in a good position right here. Goku does not have much at all to defend with. And Fedex makes a few more bombard cannons right now. These Janissaries going to make short work of the odd Cavalier that comes thrown at them. Hand Cannoneer from Shared then. And deciding not to go with Janissary, but instead the Hand Cannoneer. But yeah, making a big loss on the camels. The final camel going down right there. And surprisingly, this TC never went down. I think Fedex using his bombard cannons there to focus the units rather than anything else. But as you can see, these Elite Janissaries actually one-shotting the Cavalier. Of course, Goku without Paladin right now. Probably not upgrading it either, to be honest. I would be very surprised if he could afford it at the moment, after what just happened. Making a heavy Scorpion, though. And, of course, these have 7 range against the 8 range of the Janissaries. The Janissaries, of course, if they're microed well, they can actually kill the Scorpions very effectively, very quickly. Scorpions, of course, going to be doing reasonable damage. But when the Janissaries are in a small area like this, they're going to be able to one-shot the Cavalier, as you can see, very easily indeed. And this is where the heavy Scorpions are going to really make a good effect. But yeah, looks like Nicov with a lot of map control here as well. Fedex also taking the gold in the middle. They've also got a pretty secure trade line with quite a few trade carts already. No raids in the way there. Shared not really making any trade just yet. Quite late on that. And Fedex now adding in Hussars as well. Now Hussars are going to be great here for Fedex. They can raid the the trade line, which would work out very well. They're also going to be able to take out these heavy scorpions extremely quickly as well. And it's just looking very, very bad for Goku, to be honest with you. These Janissaries just literally one-shotting everything. Really, really ugly stuff. Nicov then mixing in light cavalry in the mix with his cavalier. Light cavalry for the Franks isn't actually so great. They can't upgrade it to Hussar, and the HP upgrade doesn't apply to them. And there we go. Shed and Goku just resigning right there. I think they realise at this stage that Goku just cannot get back into it. Fedex is way too far ahead, and you know, it just seems like every time Goku makes a unit, it gets one shot by Fedex's Janissaries straight away, and it's just generally bad news for Goku at this stage. Maybe on this side, Shed would have been able to fight back against Nicov, and he's got a few Cavalier right there, which he's converted with his Monk. Hand Cannoneer as well. But I think if Nicov managed to outmass Shed here, then maybe the Hand Cannoneer